Jungkook and Jimin, army to hot debate. What's that? A huge commotion erupted again in the army community, and this time it came from a small but meaningful interaction between Jungkook and Jimin. Who would have thought that just one brief moment could split the fandom into two camps? Those who smile amused at the sight of their closeness, and those who immediately put on detective mode, dissecting every gesture, look, to the tone of voice. It all started with a snippet of a video that went viral in a matter of minutes, showing Jungkook and Jimin joking with each other in a way that was considered too familiar, too sudden, and too mysterious. And it was from there that the fire of heated debate began, forming an unflagging wave of discussion. In the cut of the video, Jungkook is seen calling Jimin in a different tone than usual, softer, more attentive, as if there's a story that only the two of them know. Jimin replied with a faint little smile, as if holding back something that could only be understood through the gaze. Army who witnessed the moment was suddenly taken into a whirlpool of emotions that were difficult to explain. Some find the moment funny and heartwarming, while others begin to suspect that there is something behind their interaction, something that has been kept secret, something unusual. When a fandom as big as Army gets dragged into a small moment like this, the spark certainly turns into a big fire. Heated debates have sprung up on various platforms. Jungkook and Jimin only show their closeness as old friends who grew up together in the same group for more than a decade. But others felt the interaction was too intense to be considered natural, as if Jungkook and Jimin were hiding a different dynamic than usual. Some Army even recalled the old moments of taekook, jikook, to the interaction of the Magne line trio, which was often a topic of debate. This time everything was sticking out again, like an old door that had finally opened after so long. Each piece of video, photo, or old comment is reviewed, compared, and twisted into an argument in a debate that seems to find no end. What makes the atmosphere even hotter is how Jungkook and Jimin look so comfortable in each other. When Jungkook approached Jimin in the video, the look in his eyes seemed to change into something unusual, gentle, attentive, and as if he wanted to convey a message without words. Jimin, who was known to be quiet but emotional, responded with a small look so quick that only sensitive old fans could catch it. Army who saw this was immediately divided. Some felt it was purely a deep and sincere friendship, while others thought there was a more complicated dynamic, whether it was worry, guilt, or even a relationship going through something. Some Army fans even linked the moment to old rumors that surfaced during the group's hiatus, when Jungkook and Jimin were rarely seen together in one frame. Some say their relationship was strained. Others suspect that they deliberately kept their distance for personal reasons. This warm and sudden moment of their interaction made many fans feel that there was a big story that was never revealed to the public. Did they just reconcile after a misunderstanding? Were they talking about something important before the video was shot? All this provokes curiosity, which further aggravates the atmosphere. More surprisingly, Jimin and Jungkook didn't seem to realize how big of an impact their little interaction had. They still behave naturally, as if the world around them is not rubbing because of fan speculation. Behind the scenes, BTS members' relationships are notoriously complex. They're not just co-workers, but relatives, friends, and sometimes adversaries to each other. No wonder the Army is so sensitive to small changes in their dynamics. Every look, gesture, to the tone of voice can be the subject of a long and tiring discussion. But what makes this debate feel even hotter is how some of the Army defend their opinions so strongly. Some believe that Jungkook and Jimin's interactions are no longer just an ordinary friendship. They feel that there is something deeper, something that has only been seen in small pieces like this. Some others strongly reject this assumption, considering that BTS members have the right to have personal closeness without having to be the object of excessive speculation. This debate led to conflicts between fans who defended their idols with an intensity that sometimes made no sense. In the midst of this chaos, some of the more mature soldiers try to defuse the atmosphere by reminding that Jungkook and Jimin have known each other for years. They grew up together from a difficult trainee period, sharing tears, laughter, fears, and dreams. Their familiarity is not something new, but a relationship built on the foundation of trust and brotherhood. But these mediating voices are often drowned out by the noise of the debate, especially when many large accounts begin to comment on and disseminate their respective interpretations. Even so, if you look deeper, this debate shows how strong the emotional bond between ARMY and the BTS members is. When two members look familiar, some fans feel happy because they see a harmonious relationship. But when the moment looks ambiguous, they become restless and full of speculation, as if the members' dynamics also reflect their own emotional state. Jungkook and Jimin's interaction this time is a mirror of how fandom is so emotionally involved in the lives of his idols, both positively and negatively. In the end, is there really something behind Jungkook and Jimin's interaction this time? The answer is only the two of them know. But one thing is certain. Their little moment managed to shake the ARMY to the root. The heated debate arose not solely because of a short joke, but because their closeness sparked curiosity, concern, and even nostalgia. Behind all the speculation and fuss, there is one thing that cannot be denied. Jungkook and Jimin's brotherly relationship has always had a strong attraction. So strong that it is able to make millions of people around the world dissolve in such a tender moment. And maybe that's what makes BTS special. That even in the most minor interactions, they are able to move the hearts of millions of fans. That their friendship is not only a subject of discussion, but also a source of endless admiration. Jungkook and Jimin, with all their closeness that can't be explained in words, once again show that BTS is not just a music group, but a family whose story always manages to shake the world even when they just call each other in a gentle tone that triggers a heated debate throughout the fandom. The calm that had been felt after a few days was again disturbed when another video appeared, this time showing Jungkook, who seemed to want to say something to Jimin before smiling and walking away. The moment made matters worse because the ARMY, which had previously been in doubt, was increasingly convinced that something was not being revealed. Jimin's reaction of only a small bow and biting his lip added fuel to the fire of speculation, creating a new wave of comments that came non-stop. What are they hiding? Why does Jungkook look like Nahun something? Why are you smiling so hard? That's how thousands of comments flowed, showing how fandom really got dragged into the dynamic of the two members. Not stopping there, large fanbase accounts that are usually neutral also get dragged along. There are those who make a long analysis of Jungkook and Jimin's body language, reviewing every second of their interaction as if they were dissecting the most complicated scene of the drama. There are those who present a compilation video of their old moments, showing how much the relationship of the two has had ups and downs. Some even pulled back videos of their dinners from previous years, trying to find patterns that could explain their recent change in attitude. All this makes the debate even more uncontrollable, like a storm that continues to spin without direction. What makes the situation even more heated is the emergence of wild statements from some accounts claiming to be insider. They spread speculation without evidence, saying that Jungkook and Jimin were having a minor conflict, while others instead spread rumors that the two had just settled a personal matter.